Pre-production? Well, I guess from my perspective, pre-production is absolutely necessary. It's the demo stage. It's a stage where you might get the engineer or the producer on board and have a chat to them about what you want to achieve, where you want to record, what you want to record, and then actually the songs themselves. Whether you need a double chorus at the end, or should you start with the drums, or is it a good idea to start every song with a 4-bar guitar intro, which is probably not a good idea. And then, so this all becomes, before you step anywhere near a studio, you might go to a lesser studio or a rehearsal room, something like that. Then, of course, the production, you go to the studio.
I mean, Stuart, do you figure there must be that pre-production period must be kind of crucial?
Yeah, I mean, I'm finding the longer I do this, the more time I'm taking with pre-production. I mean, typically I might take 5 days to do 2 songs, and lately 2 days has been what I call pre-production, in that we haven't even laid down a track at all. So it's sort of everything. Firstly, from getting the demo of the band, listening to that really a lot, identifying which songs are working. I guess, talking a lot to the band about what the sound is, what the direction is. I'm really focused on that these days. I'm finding more and more it's becoming really important to find your own sound, not just get the song. I mean, I'm really very focused on the songs, like Caleb said, but these days I'm extra focused on finding something that's original about what this band is doing, or artist, solo artist. Something identifiable that, when it comes on the radio, it's like, oh, it's that band and they do that particular thing. So yeah, a lot of thought goes into that, and that might be, I have first days with bands sometimes where we just sit down with their iPod and listen to records, and they say, oh, I really love that track and I love that drum sound and I hate that, because often bands or solo artists especially can't talk in terms of sonics, like they want this particular guitar effect or whatever, but they can identify it from the records that they've got. So we kind of, develop like a sonic palette before we even start recording. That's important. And I think also with the songs, I mean, I'll sit down with bands and I'll say, look, this verse is great, this chorus isn't great, take a few hours out, let's write a new melody. I'll do things like that. Or even, this verse of this song's great, this chorus of this other song's great, let's work the keys together, let's combine the tempos and let's write a whole new set of lyrics. I'll do any sort of extreme things. So I'm not really a purist like maybe some of these other guys might be, in that they, as in preserving the sound of the band. I'm much more about having a definite opinion with that band about where I see it going, where it can go, what's working, what's not working. And but it's sort of, I mean, even at the last stage, even at, when we're recording vocals, I'm still open to the lyrics changing completely, the melody line changing completely. Obviously with the benefit of Pro Tools and all that stuff, you can rearrange the song at any point, add a double chorus. So I mean, it's a constant process of listening back to what you got, thinking whether the arrangement's working, maybe the drums need to drop out, muting some parts, all that sort of stuff. So I think, to answer the question about where does pre-production end and production begin, maybe in some of the bigger studios, like I've got a band I've been working with that's in LA at the moment, and they did 6 days in a rehearsal room all jamming out the stuff. This is with this guy, Matt Wallace, who did the Maroon 5 record, pretty big time guy. And his process is, spend 6 days in the rehearsal room, get the songs absolutely exactly as you want them, and then just go in and record them, and that hasn't been my process. I'm sort of, recording a little bit, changing a bit, recording a bit, changing a bit, just flexible the whole way, because I work in more of a home studio environment. It's not kind of a $150 an hour kind of situation. So it's a track, and I love that.